The Clone Wars reached their breaking point. Anakin Skywalker stood on the edge of destiny, torn between loyalty to the Jedi and his growing anger at their limits. Sensing this conflict, Chancellor Palpatine saw an opportunity, not to corrupt Anakin through persuasion, but to reshape him entirely. In secret, Palpatine summoned Kaminoan scientists and Sith alchemists. Their mission: to separate Anakin's emotions, to divide his pure light from his unrestrained darkness. The process, known only as Project Diet, promised the perfect apprentice, one without weakness or doubt. Anakin, unaware, was summoned under guise of a diplomatic meeting. As he stepped into the chamber, energy surged through him like 1,000 suns. He screamed, the Force itself bending around his body. When the light faded, two figures lay on the floor. One, calm and noble, Anakin Skywalker. The other, armored in black, his breathing deep and unnatural, Darth Vader. The Jedi felt a disturbance. Obi-Wan sensed Anakin's signature split in two. "It's impossible," he whispered. But the galaxy trembled, for now there were two beings carrying the same power, the same destiny. Palpatine smiled. He had not corrupted the Chosen One. He had cloned the prophecy itself. Vader awakened first, cold and efficient, his will driven only by conquest. Anakin rose soon after, confused, lost, yet still bound by hope. And as the Republic carried on its final battles, two forces began to move, each believing it was the true Chosen One. As night fell over Coruscant, two blue eyes met through the Force. One burned with light, the other with fury. The war for the soul of the galaxy had just begun. War raged across the galaxy, and Anakin Skywalker fought harder than ever before. But something felt different. His connection to the Force was unstable, like part of him had vanished. Still, he led the Republic's armies with courage and faith, unaware that his shadow now lived and breathed elsewhere. Far from the battlefront, deep beneath Coruscant, Darth Vader awakened. His armor hissed with every breath. His thoughts were cold, mechanical, focused only on domination. While Anakin fought for peace, Vader studied the Sith archives, learning Palpatine's secrets, learning how to command fear itself. Palpatine watched both men closely. To the Republic, he praised Anakin as a hero, but in the shadows, he whispered to Vader, shaping him into a weapon without mercy or conscience. For the first time in centuries, the Sith had what the Jedi could not. Two champions born of the same destiny. Anakin's victories became legends. Yet, each time he stood before the Senate, he felt the Chancellor's gaze weigh heavier. Each dream here was darker, more violent, echoing with the sound of a deep mechanical breath. The Force was trying to warn him. He just didn't understand what it meant. Meanwhile, Vader gathered allies from the criminal underworld and disillusioned clones. His rise was silent but unstoppable. To the galaxy, he was a rumor. To Palpatine, he was perfection. One night, Anakin sensed something, faint but familiar, a presence that mirrored his own. He looked out toward the city's endless lights and whispered, "Who are you?" In the darkness below, Vader smiled. The hunt had begun. Palpatine had always believed himself the master of fate. But now, fate was slipping from his grasp. His experiment had worked too well. Vader, cold and methodical, no longer waited for orders. He began conquering worlds on his own, silencing governors, claiming fleets, and spreading fear across the Outer Rim. The Jedi Council grew uneasy. Reports of a dark figure leading assaults reached Coruscant. Anakin listened in silence, his hands trembling as Master Windu spoke. The descriptions were too precise, his voice, his movements. Obi-Wan turned to him. "Anakin, this sounds like you." Anakin refused to believe it, until the Force revealed a haunting truth. During a battle on Corellia, he felt it, a presence identical to his own, powerful and full of hate. For the first time, he saw Vader through the Force, a mirror of himself, corrupted and alive. Palpatine's web began to unravel. The two beings he thought he could control now threatened to destroy each other, and everything he built. The galaxy trembled as the prophecy split into two living storms, each destined to fulfill its own fate. Driven by fear, Palpatine tried to pit them against one another. "Only one of you is the true Chosen One," he whispered into the dark. But both Anakin and Vader rejected his claim. They would decide their destiny on their own terms. As the twin forces of the Chosen One moved toward Mustafar, the Emperor felt it. The balance he tried to manipulate was breaking apart. Two apprentices, one destiny, and only one would survive. Coruscant trembled under a wave of dark energy. Reports of entire star systems falling to a masked warrior reached the Jedi Temple daily. The council gathered, uneasy. Mace Windu's tone was sharp. Whoever he is, he fights like Skywalker. The silence that followed was heavy. Yoda closed his eyes, searching through the Force. What he felt chilled him. Same light, same darkness, he whispered. But two beings, not one. Obi-Wan stood, his face pale. That's impossible. The Force doesn't divide souls. Yet deep inside, he already knew. He'd seen it in Anakin's eyes. The flicker of fear, the hidden guilt. Anakin entered the chamber, his presence strong but clouded. When the council demanded answers, he struggled to speak. Visions had haunted him. Images of himself in black armor, leading fleets under crimson skies. It's not a dream, he said quietly. He's real. Through intercepted transmissions and Jedi reconnaissance, the truth came into focus. Medical records, cloning data, Kaminoan technology, all linked to Palpatine. The Chancellor's massive control began to crack. He had split the Chosen One, creating two beings in balance and conflict. The revelation fractured the Jedi. Some saw Anakin as a victim, others as a threat. But one thing was clear. Vader was a Sith Lord who fell from grace. He was a living embodiment of every dark choice Anakin never made. As Anakin stared at a whole recording of Vader, igniting his crimson blade, Obi-Wan placed a hand on his shoulder. Then we must face him. Anakin's voice trembled. No, Master, I must face myself. The sky above Coruscant burned red. The Republic fleet was in chaos as two opposing signals of the same Force signature clashed at its heart. Citizens looked up and saw lightning streak the skyline, an omen of destiny unraveling. In the Senate rotunda, Anakin Skywalker stood face to face with Darth Vader. No words, only silence between them. The same eyes, the same voice, yet one full of hope, the other hollow and cold. Their lightsabers ignited, blue and crimson, cutting through the smoke. The duel was unlike any the galaxy had seen. Statues shattered, marble cracked beneath their feet. Every strike echoed through the Force, shaking the minds of every Jedi still alive. Vader fought with brutal precision, every move mechanical, flawless. Anakin fought with emotion, with mercy, anger, and love colliding inside him. Join me, Vader growled, his mask sparking. Together, we can end this war. Anakin countered, their blades locking inches apart. You're not peace. You're what I could have become. The clash spilled into the city streets. Gunships exploded. Republic soldiers fled as the two halves of the Chosen One tore through the capital. Above them, Palpatine watched from his tower, realizing his perfect weapon was no longer his to command. Anakin's saber struck deep into Vader's chest plate, sparks bursting like fire. For a moment, the world froze. But instead of falling, Vader laughed, a hollow metallic sound. You can't destroy me, he said. I am you. Anakin hesitated, his blade trembling. The Force screamed in his mind, light and dark colliding in chaos. And then, in a single blinding flash, both vanished. Coruscant fell silent. The galaxy held its breath. Smoke still hung over Coruscant's skyline when Padme Amidala returned. The city was broken, its people terrified. Rumors spread through the streets. Two Jedi, identical in face, had torn the capital apart. She didn't want to believe it. Not until she saw him. Anakin stood before her, weary and wounded, his blue eyes full of sorrow. It's over, he whispered. He's gone. But Padme felt it. Through every breath, through every heartbeat. The Force between them was fractured, divided. Somewhere out there, Vader still lived. Days later, as the Senate struggled to rebuild, Padme received a message. The voice was distorted but unmistakable. Padme, it said calm and cold. I am not the monster he told you I was. She froze. It wasn't a dream. Vader was reaching out to her. torn between fear and compassion. She agreed to meet him in secret. When the blast doors opened, she gasped. He stood there, Anakin's face beneath a cracked mask, his eyes burning with pain. "You were never supposed to see me like this," Vader said. "He took everything from me. Even you." Padme's tears fell freely. "No," she whispered. "You took yourself." Vader stepped forward, his gloved hand trembling. "You could bring balance, Padme, to both of us." For the first time, she saw not rage, but grief. Two men, one soul, and she could feel them tearing each other apart from within. As she turned away, Vader called out softly, "When the time comes, you will choose." Padme's heart broke, because deep down she already knew her choice might destroy them both. The galaxy had changed overnight. From the ashes of the Senate rose a new order, Vader's empire. His ships darkened the skies of 100 worlds. His voice echoed across the holonet. "The Jedi are gone. The Republic is dead. Long live the Empire." Fear became law. Clones loyal to Vader executed every command without hesitation. Stormtrooper armor replaced the colors of the Republic. The very system Anakin once fought to protect now served his darker half. But not everyone surrendered. Hidden in the ruins of Coruscant's lower levels, Anakin gathered what remained of the Jedi Order and the loyalists of the old Republic. Yoda, wounded but alive, whispered, "Hope still there is. In you the light endures." Anakin led small strikes, swift, precise, desperate. Every victory was met with greater loss. Entire fleets vanished to Vader's might. His power grew with every battle, fueled by anger and the Force's imbalance. On Mustafar, Vader built his fortress, a symbol of control, of dominance. Palpatine, stripped of influence, became his prisoner. The Emperor's experiment had turned on him. "You were meant to serve," he hissed, but Vader only replied, "I serve no one." Across the galaxy, the name Skywalker became both a curse and a legend. Two men, one destiny, both believing they were saving the galaxy in their own way. As Anakin stood aboard a hidden cruiser, watching Vader's fleet stretch across the stars, he clenched his fists. If saving the galaxy means destroying my other half, then so be it. The final war had begun. The stars burned red above Mustafar once more. Lava rivers glowed like veins of fire, mirroring the fury within both men. Anakin Skywalker arrived aboard a stolen Republic cruiser, guided by one purpose: to end the war and bring balance back to the Force. Across the molten plain stood Vader, silent, waiting. The fortress that once symbolized his power was in ruins. "We were destined to stand here," Vader said, his voice like thunder. "Only one of us can exist." Their sabers ignited blue and crimson, their light flashing against a firestorm. The ground shook with every strike. Memories of friendship, love, and betrayal echoed in each blow. Anakin fought for redemption, for Padme, for everything that was still good in him. Vader fought for control, believing that only through domination could peace survive. "You are nothing without me," Vader roared. "Then I'll be nothing," Anakin shouted back, "if it means ending this." The duel raged until both men fell, wounded and burning, the Force screaming around them. But as Vader raised his blade for the final strike, Padme's voice echoed in the Force, soft, distant, filled with love. For a moment, Vader hesitated. Anakin seized the moment, driving his saber through Vader's chest. The world fell silent. The mask cracked. For the first time, Anakin looked into his own dying eyes. Vader's voice faded to a whisper. "You can't destroy me. I am part of you." As the fires consumed the dark armor, Anakin whispered back, "Then I'll carry you forever." The galaxy's balance was restored, but at a cost the stars would never forget.